So welcome to the ninth part of the video series. In the previous videos we have already learned about how to make dev app package and how to host it. Also we have made our own script to automate all the process. So till now you can say we have completed all the things required for hosting a app repository, right? Now what is the purpose of this video? In this video we are going to make another script. Using that script, user can install our repository in their system. Like we have hosted our repository, right? Then how user will install that? Or everyone, like not everyone knows how to configure app repository in their system, right? So they must be provided a script. Using that they can install the repository in their system. So we have the following steps to make a repository installation script, right? Now function, first we have to make function to validate if user system is compatible for repository installation or not. Suppose you have made repository for termux, but the user who is installing it is using a system that is not termux, like it is using Kali Linux or anything else. There, the file system is usr bin, such like thing, right? But in termux we have data com dot termux, right? So we have to check whether it is termux or not, or if your repository is for Linux, then it must not be termux, it must be the file system having user bin, things like that. Okay. Now after this we have to make a function to check if repository is already installed or not, right? We have to make this function also. Then we have to make function to install the repository. Also, if user want to remove the repository using the same script, they can remove also. Also, if user want to install packages during installation time or any time using your script also, they can do it. Okay, using this they can do it. Now after all we have to make argument parsing as per the function. Like if user want to install the repository, then they must provide I, like in the argument I means installation, or also they can provide install, right? Or if user want to remove, then R, then remove or uninstall, we can make anything, right? So we will get these arguments, we will pass this argument. Also we are not going to use get opts in this video. We have already learned about get opts, but what if we don't want to use that get opts? We can make our own argument parsing system. Okay, so in this video we are going to make our own, right? So we are going to learn some new things. Okay, let's get into the terminal and start the coding. So here I have opened termux. Let's get inside the BHUTUU it.repo. Here we will make the script so that user can get it from our GitHub, because we are hosting this on the GitHub only, right? Okay. So we will make a file like add repo.sh. Okay. So let me make it little bit smaller. Okay. Now first, what we have to do? First, of course, we will give the cbang line user bin bash. Now we have to make a function validate user. Okay, validate user, validate user, right? And in this, what we are going to do? We are going to take a path in a variable. Like I'm going to make path of current directory equal to pwd. Okay, using this we got the current directory path inside this. Now we will check if if it is if it is having com.terminus or not. Like when we do pwd, what do we get? We get these whole line, right? this line. So inside this we have com.terms, and using this we can recognize that it is a terms or not. Okay, so will do if path current directory is equal to we will provide here asterisk, and then inside that we will write com.terms, and after that also we will provide asterisk. What this means, it means anywhere in that output com.terms must exist. Like before this some text are there, before after this also some text are there. So we are providing this asterisk mark. Okay. Okay, then uh, validation validation equal to, we can provide here true, or we can just simply pass from here. Else we can do print, printf. Then here we will write uh, your, or we can say your system is not compatible for this repository. Okay, and then we can do exit one and then fine. So if it is validated, then it will pass, it will do nothing, nothing is to be print, nothing to do. Okay, but if it is not validated, means if it is not com.terms, then what it will do is it will exit the script. Okay. Okay, now we have to make the next function. We can see here we have validated the, we have made the function to validate users. Now we have to make if a repository is already installed or not. So how we will know that repository is already installed or not? Of course, we will search for our list file. Let's search for that. We can do ls prefix source dot list dot d, and we can see here. Ignore this one. Uh, this is my official repository. But we in this video or the whole video series we were talking about this one. Okay, so we will check for this one. Okay, or you will check for your repository. Okay, so here we are checking this file is existing or not. This file exists or not in the system. If this file found, then the repository is installed. So what we will do is function we can already installed already installed. We can do check already installed. We are making function by this name, and here we will check if minus f. This is uh, this is to check whether the file exists or not. Okay, so we will provide here prefix etc, and then apt, then source list.d, and then of course we will check this one. Okay, then already installed equal to true. We will make a variable inside that, we will keep it true. Okay, fine. Okay, so in the start we will also initialize these all the variables, and initially we will give it false. Okay, so already installed equal to false, and after running this it will become true. Okay, also we have to define here prefix. What is prefix here? Suppose your system does not support the prefix variable, right? Then we have to we have to initialize the prefix variable. Like in not in the all Linux we have prefix, okay? And the termux we have, we are making it for termux, so it will work definitely. But if you are making for different system, then of course you have to mention what is prefix. Prefix equal to, if other system is there, then you have to mention USR, just this, okay? But since we are using termux, we have to provide it data com dot termux, then files, okay, forward slash files, then USR, okay. Okay. Now, now we have to export this. We can export this, but we are using this just this script only, right? So we don't need to export. By the way, you can export it using export. What happens is, when you export a variable, then if you call any other script, in this script, if you call any other script, then this variable will also define for that script, okay? Like in that script, if you are not using this initialization and directly using the prefix variable, then you can use it. If you have use it here, export keyword, but we are not going to use any other script, okay? So just we can use prefix, there's no problem, okay? No need to export, okay? Already installed equal to true, so we have made this all the things. Then also we can do else already installed equal to false, then fine, okay. The next function we have to make for installing the repository. Function install repository. Repository. Okay. So for this, what we have to do? We have to we have to make this file. Okay, we have to make this file in the user system. And inside that, what we write? Let me do cat here. And then here I want to do BHUTUU. So inside this, we write this. Okay, dev trusted is equal to yes, and then this URL, and then these two things, okay. So just we are going to copy this only because we have to write this, and then we will write using echo command, using echo here dev, and then I will redirect into prefix etc apt, and then sources dot list dot d, and then here auto dot repo dot list, okay. Inside this so inside this we are going to write this thing, okay. Now after writing this, what we do, of course we will download this, we will download this, what, let me show you something. We will download this key. We have to install this key also, right? So we will download this key from server, okay. So we can do wget minus q for silence, and then we will get it from the GitHub. So let me open GitHub and get the link. So we have opened the GitHub. You can see we have this bhutu.key, or in your repository then maybe your key, right? So what you have to do is you just have to open this, just click on it, and then click on this raw, then you will get its raw link. You can see here, this is the key, okay. Then here you will get the raw link. So just you have to copy this, control C, and then come back here, then you can just paste it, okay. Now what it will do is it will download this key, it will download this key. Then you have to do apt key add bhutu key. Okay, it will download this key, and then after that it will install this, okay, using this. Now it is almost done. Then next after this, what we have to do is we have to let me clear the screen. Okay, ls uh, prefix sources.ls. Let me open this. We have to move this. If you remember, what we had did is in the start, we just got this after installing using apt key add and then key name. We provide the key name, right? And when we provide the key name, this trusted.gpg is created here in this directory. Okay, so we have to rename this and move it into trusted.gpg dot d. Here we have to move it. Okay, so we can do it like mv v. First we will rename it, or we can just simply put it mvv, and then prefix etc, then apt, and then trusted gpg. Okay, 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 we have to just move it into the prefix etc apt, and then trusted gpg.d, and then here we have to call its name as bhutu.gpg, not here we have to yt. Okay, also one more thing, I'm not going to move it, I'm just going to copy it. So I will use cp minus r, because this file I need there all there also in the apt directory, and here also. Like, we can copy also, right? So I'm going to copy it, not moving. Okay, also here you can see when we are downloading this, there must be chance that already the key with this name is in the user system. So what we will do is we will just first remove it, bluetooth dot key. Then also we are going to, if any error comes, then we will suppress it to is, where is that, two is greater than and one. Okay, so we have done till here. Okay, so we have done till here. Now we have to do app update. We can do app update for updating the package. So we can also use app get. This command is also there. If you don't know, then you can use this also, or simply you can do app also, no problem. App update. Then I'm going to use silent yq, y for true. Okay, and then silent for not printing any output. Okay, it will just update it. Okay, so we have created the function to install the repository. Also, one more thing, suppose if this folder is not there in the user system, then we need to create it also, right? So we will do mkdir. We will we will check first. We will check if it is there or not. So we will do if. So here we can do you can just do -d, and then check prefix etc apt, and then sources.less.d. Okay, if this folder is not there, then we will do mkdir mkdir -p. P is used to create folders in chain. Okay, so of course we are making a chain here. So we have to close this. Now, now for installing the repository, we have created the function completely. This is all we needed. Now we have to make function for removing it. Function remove repository. For removing repository, what we will do is just we will remove the this file. We will remove this file. Okay. So we are going to do rm minus rf prefix ben sorry etc app, then sources.list.d, and then we will remove this one, right? Okay. After that, also if user if user removing it, uh, if it is not installed and still user want to remove it, then definitely this will going to throw error. So we will throw it in devnull devnull file. Then okay, after this we can print repository, or we can say removing successful. Okay. Okay, fine. Or here we can print installation successful. Printf installation successful. Okay, so done. We have created this also. Now, what we have to do? We have to manage these all the things, right? We have to manage this all the things. So first we will validate the user. Like we just have created this function only. We don't have called any of the function till now. Okay, so next we are going to make a driver function. Okay. Now we are going to make a driver function, or just we can simply just run this, no problem. We are going to This is main section. You can do it in a function also and simply call that function, but I'm not going to create that function. I'm going to do as per the planning we have did. Okay, so I have made a comment here. This is our main section. Here first we will parse the argument, like you can see here. We will pass the argument also. Installing package during installation, this function also we need to create, but now I'm not going to do it. First we are going to make argument parsing function, not a function, just we will parse here only. So I will do while true do. Okay. While true do. Also one more thing. Here I will do args is equal to $1. Now you will see that why using this $1, we must use dollar and then add the rate for getting all the arguments. But no, in this script we are just going to get the $1, like the first argument, and then we will shift towards the next argument. Okay, we will shift towards the next argument. Okay, if it is not empty, we will also check the argument is there or not. If it is not empty, then only we will run the command next after this. Then just close this file. Okay. Okay. While true do, uh, just we are creating an infinite loop, and inside that, what we will do? We will do case args case args in case args in here, we will do if argument is I, and we will use pipe command, like pipe is for or. If user do double dash install, okay, then what we will do is we will do we will call the install repo, right? We will call the install repo, but not directly. We are not going to call it directly. Also, let me do one more thing. Already installed equal to false here. Also, we are going to make some more variables like install installation installation equal to false. Oh, let me put plug the charger. Okay, so charging mode started. Okay, now we can continue here. Installation is equal to false. Also, uninstallation uninstallation equal to false. We are going to use these two variables also in the next. So if user give this argument, then we will make installation equal to true. Okay. Okay. In the next, if user put r, right? If user put r or remove, then we will make uninstallation equals to true. Okay. Now, if user put any any other any other argument, like it, it puts this like minus anything, not I, not R. Suppose it's putting O, P, Q, anything, and then asterisk denotes that all, right? Then what it will do is also one more thing. If it is with a double dash, then what it will do is it will do print f invalid argument and we will print that argument also args. Okay, then backslash n. Okay, and then what it will do is it will exit the script also. And then after, if user puts anything else, not with dash, just the name, then it must be the name of package the user want to install, right? Along with the installation, user may wants to install some packages like we have discussed here, functions to install package during installation time. Then how we will recognize the uh, packages? First, it will not begin with minus or double minus, right? It will not having any flag. It will just give some value. Okay. So for this, what we will do is we can do one thing. Mm, we can just create a uh, array like packages, packages. Packages equals to, we are going to make an empty array, and inside this array we will store all the packages that user want to install. Okay, so what we will do is here packages plus equals to, plus equals means add one after one, right? And then inside this small bracket we have to put args, right? This small bracket is mandatory, right? Okay. So in this packages we will get all the package name which user wants to install. Okay, now after this, okay, we have to put the double semicolon also, then close it, ESAC. Okay, now we are going to shift the argument, like when it is running first time, like in this loop when it starts the first time, then what it will do is it will come here. Okay, one more thing that we have to do is we have to keep this argument here. We have to keep these all the things inside this. Okay, like we don't need to keep this out of this. We have to keep it here. Like we have to just change the plan. Let me erase this. Okay. Okay. You just have to call here only. Args equal to $1 inside the loop only, right? Then we will check if not empty, if not empty, sorry, args, then this we have to run. Then we have to run this. Else break. Else break the loop. Fine. And then done. Let's complete this while loop. Okay, one more thing that at the first cycle we will get args is equal to $1. That is the first argument. Okay. Okay. Then it will check if it is any of these one, then it will do as per the thing that we have mentioned here. Then after that, in the next cycle, it will do the same, and it will never end. Then what do we have to do? We have to use here one thing that is shift, shift. And now this is new thing for you. What this shift does is this shift the argument. Like if you have arguments like, let me show you something. If you have argument like, let me comment, and then arg1, arg1, then arg2, then arg3. Suppose you have provided three arguments, right? Now the value of $1 is of course this arg1. Okay, but when you run this shift, then what happens is the $1 shift to here. This value, this value vanishes. Then the first argument becomes this arg2, and then next. And if you run it again, then it will become the first argument. The third argument will become the first argument. And if you run this shift again, then fourth argument will become first argument. Okay, so we are going to do the same thing here. Okay, the first argument is now the first argument, but after the completion of this, what will happen is we will shift the argument, and the second argument will become the first argument. So it will the case statement will check for the second statement, so the second argument, sorry, and again it will check for the third argument and the fourth argument if argument is there, right? Suppose if there is no any fourth argument, no any third argument, then it will not run this, it will break the loop. Okay. Okay. So, so we have done till here, like we have done argument parsing. Okay. Now we have to run all the things in a proper way, right? So what we can do is when this section ends, like when this while loop breaks, when there is no any argument, okay, when the argument is finished, then this will break, and then what it will do is we will check if installation is equal to true, then we will install. If uninstallation is equal to true, then we will uninstall. Or, and we will also install the packages. Okay, so let's do that. Check if installation equals to true. If installation is equal to true, then what we will do, then if user have put both the R and I, if user have put both the R and I argument, then what it will do is it will install also and it will remove also. So in order to avoid that, what we will do is we will we will check if it is already installed, and if it is already installed, then we will remove, and if it is not installed, then we will install. So we will do it like that. Okay. If installation is equal to true, also if remove is equal to true. sorry, uninstallation equals to true. Then what we will do is we will check if it is installed, then it will install it. If it is not installed, then it will install. Okay, or we can just simply give an error like print printf. Don't use both of the minus r and minus r argument. Okay, okay, fine. Also, we will exit here, and then if it is not like that, what it will do is it will of course install it. So we will do first we will check if it is installed or not. Check already installed, right? We will check if it is already installed or not. So we will just run check already installed, and then we will check if already installed if already installed equals to true. If it is true, then what we will do is we will print repository is already installed. It is already installed, and then we will do exit 0. Okay, because this is successful result. Okay, now we will do one more thing, that is uh, else. We will do else. In the else, what we will do is we will install the repository. Install the repository. If it is not installed, then it will install the repository. So we will install the repository. So we are calling this. Okay, we are calling this and installing the repository. Install repository. We are calling that function. Okay, we will do here 5 elif. We will do elif, and here we will do or just we can okay, we can do or just do 5 here, though no need to do anything. And then we will check here the next thing, if uninstallation is equal to true. Uninstallation is equal to true. Okay, uninstallation equals to, also we have to put here dollar uninstallation equals to true. Then we will check first. Then we will check first it is already installed or not. Check already installed, and then if already installed already installed equals to true, then if it is already installed, then only we will remove it, right? So remove repository, we will call this, and then we will do else. If it is not already installed, then it will printf repository not found, remove. We will say repository is already not there to remove, and exit. Here we will do 1. Okay, then here we will close it 5, and then 5. Okay, now next thing what we will do is we will just read this packages array, So we will do is if minus not empty. We will use not empty. What is not empty? This package array, this packages. If it is not empty, then what we will do is for I in packages, for I in packages, we will do, sorry, do apt install I, and then we will use this minus y, and then done. Okay, and then 5. So we have made this function also. This is not we are creating inside a function, we just directly use it. Like if this package is having some values, then what it will do is it will install the package one by one. Okay, so this is all the content of our script. We have just created our script, just we need to run it and check it if it is working or not. Just save it and then check it if it works or not. So let's run it. Bash add repo. Okay. If I put minus I minus R, don't use both I and R argument. It's working fine. Then if I use minus I, then what it will do is, okay, it's installing. No such file and directory. Installation successful. There may be some error we are doing. Let me check. So let's check it. What mistake we have done. So one mistake that we did is here we can see here trusted.gpg, right? But when I go here and check here, its name is trusted.gpg and this tile sign. Okay, so what we will do is we will provide here the tile sign also, the tile sign. Fine, so it must work correctly. Let's run it one more time. I so it's showing uh, so it's showing installation successful. Okay. So let me do one more thing. If I put here some packages like calculator, calculator, YouTube, then yeah, it's installing it, but it's already installing. So it's working fine. And what if I do minus R? Like when I do minus R, removing successful. Then apt and apt let me just test it. Apt remove calculator BHUTUU. Then let me remove it. And again, we have removed our repository, right? Okay. Actually, we have already uninstalled it. That's why it's showing so. So let me do apt install calculator. So it's unable to locate because we have removed the repository. If I use minus I, sorry, bash therefore minus I, and then we can see it's installing the repository. So here it's installed. We can see here the repository is installed. Let me try to install apt install calculator booter, and yeah, installing perfectly. So it is working fine. Add repo is working fine, but one more thing that is not working in this correctly, that is if it is already installed, if repository is already installed, then why it's installing again? Like we have did all the thing correctly. Let me do one thing. Let me check here. we have mentioned here, if installation is equal to true, if installation is equal to true, when it is true, when I is found, right, then it will check it is already installed or not. During the check, if it is already installed, then it must print that repository is already installed, right? It must print repository is already installed. But here you will say here I don't have put the dollar sign. That's why it was showing so. So if I do bash I now, then it will show repository is already installed. So we did one mistake there, and now we have corrected it. We didn't had put the dollar sign. Okay, now it's done. You can see here when I do I, then it will say repository is already installed, right? When I R, when I do R, removing successful. Then again, when I do I, then it will install it. Okay, it will install it. Okay. Then when I remove it, it will remove also. Then again, I'm going to show you something that I have used it minus I, and then okay, if we use this, then this also working fine. Don't use this. Okay. Now, if you give here the package name, calculator, calculator booting, then what it will do is it will install the repository also, and what it will do, it will install this package also. Okay. So overall, our add repository is working fine since it is already installed. It's not going to install it again. Okay. So one more thing that we have to add there, add inside this add repo.sh, that is till now we didn't have call it this validate user, right? So this is not going to work if we don't call. So what we will do is before this installation, we will just call it what is that validate user. Then what it will do is it will just run this command and just run this function as a command, and inside this function what it will do is if it is termux then it will pass this colon means pass, and then and if it is not termux then it will print this and exit, and if it is exit then of course the next thing will not work. These all the things will not work. If it is not termux then these all the next things will not work. But this is termux. If it is termux then it will just pass, like it will do nothing, and then after this these all things will run properly. Okay, so now it's completed. Let me save it. Now we have to just do git add to update on GitHub. Of course, we have to update on GitHub. Git add, git commit, and then here add repository script is created. Okay, then we will do git push. So if you want to download this add repo.sh, you can also get it from uh, my repository bhutuubyt.repo, and you can just remove the URL of mine. You can just add yours, and also the link to the bhutu.key, you can replace that to your key, and you can simply use that file also. But I would suggest you to write by yourself, like what all the things that I have done in this script, you must try to do it yourself. Also, you can watch this video and write along with it. Then you will also learn how to do all these things. So this much for today. Thank you.